Hello and welcome to Take Time. I'm your host Patrick Marlette, and today let's talk about Undone. Recently, Undone reached out and asked if I wanted to try out their watch customizer. And as you can tell, the answer was yes. I just love customizing things, whether that's building furnishing for my home or accessorizing all the gadgets and watches I own. That feeling of making something your own is something I haven't seen a lot of watch groups tap into before Undone. It's hard to talk about Undone without at least briefly mentioning their watch customizer or their watch building program. Now, this isn't going to be a tutorial on how to use that. As a matter of fact, it's very simple, and I'd prefer you learn how to do that hands-on yourself. You can actually check it out via the link in the description here. But I wanted to talk about how much I enjoyed that customization system and how we came to make this tropical Undone. This is the Take Time Undone Urban Tropical Chronograph, a watch I was able to make off Undone's website. The customizer is really simple to use and an extremely fun process. Now, I'm a gamer who enjoys character creation processes, so of course I would enjoy customizing a watch. If you're not into customization programs, they sell pre-made designs. But if you've been looking into Undone, it's likely for this process. They let you customize everything from the case and dial color to the handsets of certain models, allowing you to apply logos to the front and back of your model as you go along to further customize your creation. There are certainly improvements to implement here, more colors and font choices to the text you can add on the dial, more material options for the components, and allowing for their entire range of straps to be selected from their customizer. But otherwise, the experience is near perfect. The Urban Tropicals measure 42 millimeters in diameter. That's the diameter of the bezel, which is just a little bit wider than the case, as you can see. They are 48 millimeters from lug end to lug end, 13.5 millimeters thick, and have 20 millimeter lug widths. The case is made entirely out of stainless steel, and up front is a hardened K1 crystal. It features 30 meters of water resistance and has a Seiko VK64 Mecha Quartz movement. As with all of my reviews, I like to start with the bad and then move on to the good before giving my final verdict on a review item. So let's talk tropical. I wish they would allow you to cover up the date over at the 6 o'clock. It'd be great if there was a customization option to just make this a time-only piece with the chronograph complication sans that date display. It's just not a very appealing application. Perhaps some degree of customization with how the date wheel appears would be in order. Maybe a matching tropical brown date wheel with white font that punches out, letting you know what date it is without disrupting the dial so much as this does, or just the ability to remove it altogether. I think that would be fantastic. As of filming this, there's no way to opt out the white date wheel on the Urban Tropical, and that's a shame. I feel like that's a definite miss on the customization level. Also, by the 6 o'clock position, and I've mentioned this in regards to other watches on the channel, you'll notice that the Undone text eats away at the minute track. I hate when this happens. It stinks when you're trying to set the time over by 28 to 32 minutes, and there is no actual minute marker for you to gauge that exact minute. This could have been very easily resolved by adding minute marks just above the Undone text. However, for now, this has gone undone. Now, aside from those two bad notes, I've actually really enjoyed my time with the Undone Urban Tropical. From conception with the customization system to its arrival at my doorstep, it has all been a very enjoyable experience. However, there is one neutral note I'd like to add, and that is with the 3 o'clock subdial. And this is all due in consequence to the VK64, but the 24-hour subdial there is amongst one of the most useless complications on a watch, I have to say. Again, that is just a fault of the VK64 used here, but it would be great to see perhaps an automatic movement used in its place, or just a different Mecha Quartz movement with a better sub-dial register. However, I have truly enjoyed this piece elsewise. The design of the case is extremely handsome and works well with the tropical flavor, particularly when paired with that gold bezel, and that's just my taste. But what's great is that everything about this watch is in order and adjusted to my taste. That's what's really fantastic about when Undone's set up. The customization system is really excellent. And again, you do feel like you're making something your own at the end of the day. Now, I've spoken about the VK64 in the past, but to further elaborate here, it is a mecha quartz movement. So you have the nice tactile feel of a mechanical watch, but all of the luxuries of a quartz-based option. So a very long battery life, as well as the accuracy of a quartz movement. Also, you notice there is a pretty nice sweep to that chrono hand because of the mechanical advantages of the mecha quartz movement here. In total, this package was about $345, and to me, that's a really good deal for something that is uniquely your own. Yes, maybe someone else will have customized an Urban Tropical very similar to yours, but with the degrees of customization, it is very unlikely. And if you like something that feels uniquely your own, something that is your own, this is a great way to go. Also, Undone has a wide array of strap options for you, both in 22 and 20 millimeters, this being a 20 millimeter option here. If you want to customize your watch even further, it's just as simple as picking up those straps and releasing them with the quick release system on the back here. So just in a snap, you can go ahead and remove these and switch it out for something like this. And I actually got a leather strap option as well in here. Let me go ahead and fish that out for you guys. By the way, this is what the packaging looks like. If you follow me over on Instagram, you've likely seen this box and paperwork, but let me go ahead and fish this guy out for you. Here's another one of their leather options. And again, it's extremely supple and comfortable on the wrist, but let's go ahead and equip this to our tropical. This is the original look I had envisioned for the watch on this yellow dress strap, although I really do love it on the biker's brown strap I've had it on. And it's actually what it's lived on mostly these days. Now there are Perlon based options, but you do have to remove the quick release straps and put in regular spring bars to place this one on your watch. So I won't go ahead and do that today. It looks fantastic on the green Perlon as well, but I do want to show off what this looks like. It's a really nice olive tone and one of the nicest Perlon heads I've seen on any Perlon strap. It's very thick stainless steel and holds the Perlon down quite reliably. Now, before I give you my final verdict on the Undone Urban Tropical here, I'm going to provide you all with a wrist shot so you can see what it might look like on your wrist. As I stated earlier, the customization aspect was definitely the best part for me. However, it is an extremely well-wearing watch with vintage style aesthetic, although slightly larger in scale than your vintage chronograph. And here it is for all your admirers on a 7¼ inch wrist. And when you go to admire it, it's going to look a little something like this. And here's the Take Time Undone Urban Tropical on a 7¼ inch wrist. I absolutely adore the aesthetic, and it's fun to say that because I actually made it myself. The golden bezel matches the golden buckle on the leather strap, and you'll notice why I went with yellow, just to tie in with the vintage aesthetic of the lume found on the handset and dial face itself. I went with a lighter tropical tone to the dial because I felt it showcased that tropical effect best. I'm definitely a big fan of Undone after creating this piece, and I look forward to see what they help others create next. Undone's website is the perfect platform for creating a custom watch, either for a particular occasion or just to celebrate a brand like I did here. I'm very happy with the show's progress, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to celebrate that with a fun custom watch. So thank you, Undone team, for allowing me the opportunity to create a watch on your platform. And I want you guys to know that this watch will be our next month's giveaway. So if you're watching this now, it is the month after this airs. So if you wanted to get your hands on this and experience an Undone watch in person, be on the lookout for that video. Now, if you found this video enlightening or the least entertaining, feel free to hit that like button. It looks a whole heck of a lot like this guy. If you have friends, forums, or groups that are interested in picking up an Undone watch and want to hear another consumer's opinion on not only the customization system, but the build of the watch, well, feel free to share this video with them. I think it is all up to snuff. The quality of the watch is fantastic, and the customization system was great, particularly at sub $400 for something that is truly and uniquely your own. Also, if you're new to the channel, well, welcome. I do videos like this 2 or more times a week, so if watch content is your thing, I'll encourage you to slam that subscribe button, and while you're down there, you can hit the notification bell to be alerted as to when my videos air. Again, my name is Patrick Marlett, and thank you for the time.